Good afternoon, everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to today's webinar on the topic of regulatory updates on health supplement in Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia. Our presentation will separate to three parts. We will start from Thailand, Vietnam, and close by Indonesia. I'm Sirada Pratanakorn, a senior food consultant from Tilleke and Gibbins Bangkok office. I will present for Thailand sessions. We also have two more honorable speakers, Miss Hien Wu. She is the head of regulatory affairs and managers of legal divisions of patent department from Vietnam office. And Miss Eileen Jaim, she is the manager of regulatory affairs department in Tilleke and Gibbins Indonesia office. And we also welcome all participants who have taken the time to join us today. Your presence and engagement are what make this webinar meaningful. Okay, but before we get started, there are just a couple of things that I want to tell you so you can get the most out of this webinar. Myself and any speakers are happy to answer the questions. Please feel free to post them in the chat box or Q&A box at the bottom of the screens. There will be a time for Q&A session at the end. We may also answer some questions in your chat box or Q&A box. Please check our answer in them. If you think of any questions afterwards, you can email us directly at this email address from these screens. So let's get started. Okay. For Thailand, I will summarize only the laws that were issued in these years. I separate them into 4 topics: the regulatory updates on food labeling, nutrition labeling, the positive list, and health claim. The label for all types of food in Thailand must contain this information as a basic requirement: the product name, the FDA number, manufacturer name and country of origin, importer name and address, the net weight, ingredient list, food additive, flavoring information, allergen information, expiry date, direction of use, and the warnings. On July 18 this year, FDA implemented the notification number 450, the labeling of pre-packaged foods. It repeal and replace all 4 regulations of food labeling. This notification provides the exemption periods of 2 years from the effective dates. That is mean, for easy to understand, this means all products in the market should comply with this notification on or after July 19, 2026. Before 19, 2026, you can continue to sell your product by your existing label. The first change that I learned from this notification is the requirement for presenting the trademark. Previously, for presenting the Thai trademark, you need to present the Thai language of the trademark. We need to translate the word trademark into Thai. It is a เครื่องหมายการค้า or เครื่องหมายการค้าจดทะเบียน really long Thai term. And this is a picture of the previous of the label of previous law that you need to present both Thai trademarks and English trademark, right? But for the update regulation, FDA changed the requirement. You can present only one English trademark or one Thai trademark. You don't need to translate the word trademark into Thai. You can present TM or register as mark symbol instead of the term เครื่องหมายการค้า or เครื่องหมายการค้าจดทะเบียน And another one, that this notification set the conditions for displaying food name by removing the requirement that food name must be displayed as horizontal continuous. For the ingredient list, for the previous regulation, ingredient list must present of ingredient in descending order, like the example in the left box. Okay. But now the Thai FDA does not enforce the body to present the ingredient list in descending order anymore. You can present it like the last box here. But you do not forget that today we will talk about health supplement list. For health supplement in Thailand, the label present the ingredient list is using the metric system. It does not present the percentage like other food. Because the health supplement had a specific regulation in the notification number 405 cost 9 item 3 that the labeling of food supplement shall follow the notification regarding label of pre-packaged food, and following particular shall be declared as the case may be. The name and quantity of main ingredient of food supplement and consistent with claim usefulness in descending order on the label of the food supplement. For example, for food supplement product, you have to present it like this. You don't need to present the percentage of it. You have to present it like collagen 1000 milligram, vitamin C 500 milligram, vitamin D 19 microgram, like this. For the net weight, in the case of food where the net weight cannot be displayed, it must be expressed in units such as the fat egg, salt egg, food, and so on. Please see the example. For egg, you don't need to present it like a net weight 500 grams. You need to present it like a contain 10 eggs. But this requirement does not apply to health supplements as well, because health supplement also have the specific requirement in the notification number 405, cost 9, item 2. For present the net weight of food supplement, if your food supplement is a form of tablets or capsule, you will present the number per pack, like a capsule contain number per pack 100 capsule, like a 500 tablets, like this. For supplement in form of liquid, you will present the net volume. For the solid form, you will present the net weight. For the allergen, the type A add shellfish, squid, and product from shellfish or squid as the allergens. The entrepreneur can use their own word that have similar meaning to the term information for allergens or label. It is possible to display the text that convey the identity of the manufacturer, packer, or importer without specifying the text manufactured by, packed by, or import by, like the previous regulations. For example, the label can display the term production location instead of manufacturer or manufacturer by. For the coloring, normally the label should present the food additive information by presenting the function of food additive or the term food additive together with the INS number of food additive or food additive name. But for coloring substance, the previous regulation and for the party to present the term natural color or synthetic color and followed by INS number or color names. But from the new regulation, it's allowed to present only the term color, no need to present naturals or synthetics. But if you want to present like the previous, it still be okay to the Thai FDA. For the expiry date, the notification clarify language for displaying the expiry dates or date before dates. Under the clarify rule, if there is a requirement to display the word manufacturer expire or date before according to the notification, according to the specific notification, you must follow that notification, such as the food, the ready to eat and ready to cook products. It has a specific requirement, like if your product is a ready to eat, you will need to present the manufacturing date and expiry dates or label. But if your product is ready to cook, you need to present only the expiry dates or label like this. You have to follow that regulation. For this regulation, expiry date and date before can present in English language together with the Thai text, like an example picture here. And the expiry dates or date before date is a compulsory requirement of these notifications. If the shelf life less than 90 days, you can present dates, month, years on the label. But if the shelf life over 90 days, you can present months and years or dates, month, years on label. For the manufacturing date, it is a voluntary requirements. For health supplement, it follow these notifications as well. For other requirement, in case of display of the warnings, if there are a multiple applicable notification with overlapping required warning, the warning can be displayed together by displaying the message completely as specified. For example, the aspartame. The full labeling regulation limit that if your product contains aspartame, you will need to indicate the warning on label as for phenylketonuria disorder, this product contains phenylalanine, sorry. And for health supplement, it has the same term, but it also have the additional term like not weight control food. Does it mean if you have the product that have the same warning, you should follow the health supplement requirements. Okay. And for nutrition labeling, FDA implement notification number 445. This notification repeal and replace following notification 3 nutrition labeling number 182, 219, and 392. It implements on January 4, 2024. The exemption period is July 2, 2021. This notification provide the update nutrition fact label format, the update Thai RDI, and update the condition for nutrient claim. This is the previous format or previous regulation. For the previous nutrition labeling format, it presents 15 items, and it also had a short form format and full form format. For now, this format is cancelled. The new format will present only nine items of nutrients. The update format remove energy from fat, remove dietary fiber, and remove vitamin A, B1, B2, calcium, and iron. And it adds potassium content in the nutrition fact label. For the update Thai RDI, the Thai RDI are important for determining the amounts of vitamin and minerals in foods. I separate the Thai RDI to three tables. The blue table is the Thai RDI, that's the amounts that don't change. For the green table, it mean the Thai RDI that's in the increased amounts. It only have 6 nutrients that's increased. And for the last table, it is a decreased amounts. It contains 18 nutrients. For the nutrient claim, the wording claim is remain the same of previous regulation, but the reference serving size may be changed a little bit, such as previous regulation, the reference serving size of chocolate is 40 grams, but the update regulation is 30 grams like this. And the loading rule for nutrients content from the update regulation include the loading rule for the trans fat as well. But for the FDA, the FDA also updates some claim like for claim based on our review for claim zero, less or low in condition do not different to the previous regulation, but for the claim of contain source of high, the condition may have slightly changed. For example, previously you can claim contain protein, fiber, vitamin, and mineral if food product contains such nutrient equal or more than 10% of Thai RDIs. But the update requirements, protein, fiber condition does not change. But for vitamin and mineral, the change is to you should contain vitamin and mineral 15% of Thai RDI. And this is very news from the Thai FDA. On July 18 this year, FDA published the guideline on foreign nutritional fact label formats other than those specified in Appendix 1 of notification number 445. The FDA currently accepts the foreign nutrition fact label formats present together with the Thai nutrition fact label on the same label, without any requirement to revise the foreign nutrition fact label information or the format. And the foreign nutrition fact label can be presented in any language. They are not limited to English language only. The display of energy and nutrient content of Thai and foreign nutrition fact label may have inconsistencies. Energy and nutrient content must comply with the requirements of the relevant country and be considered based on the same nutrition analysis report. The format of a foreign nutrition fact label must comply with the law or requirements of that country and must have the nutrition fact label format in accordance with the format specified in said guideline. Currently, the Thai FDA accept the nutrition fact label format of following countries like USA, EU, Canada, Australia, Philippines, Taiwan, Brunei, Sri Lanka. This is just an example. With the condition of claim is the condition for present foreign nutrition fact label is if certain nutrients are required to be displayed on the foreign nutrition fact label according to the requirements of that country, but are not required in Thailand. The information on that label does not need to display on the Thai nutrition fact label. For example, for vitamin D, it is not mandatory requirements according to the notification 445, but it is the requirement from the USA. Does it mean you don't need to present vitamin D contents in the Thai nutrition fact label? In the case of nutrients that are not required to be displayed on the nutrition fact label, either in Thai and foreign regulation, but are nevertheless displayed on the nutrition fact label on voluntary basis, you have to present it on the Thai labels as well. For example, vitamin C is not a mandatory nutrient according to the notification, according to the Thai notifications and the EU regulation, but you prefer to present it on label. Does it mean you need to include vitamin C content in the Thai nutrition fact labels as well? The food label should provide a channel for consumer contact, such as a consumer service center. And if you have the advertisement for that product, the advertisements should display the term like please see the nutrition information as displayed in the Thai nutrition fact label, because the requirement between Thailand and other languages may be different or any similar text. The update positive list. The new regulations about positive list that about ingredients that allow use in food supplement. For this year, FDA implement 5 regulations that we divide to 3 topics. First is a vitamin and mineral. Second, the positive list of plants. And last, fat and oil. For vitamin and mineral, FDA implement in the notification number 448. Food supplement is different to another food that has a minimum limit and maximum limit. That just means if you want to use any vitamin and mineral in food supplement, you will need in length of minimum to maximum limits only. It may be difficult for the entrepreneur when review the maximum and minimum limit for food supplement, because you have to review into regulation. For the minimum limit, it's either 15% of the Thai RDI that present in the notification 445 of nutrition labeling. For the maximum limit, it present in the notification number 448. This table I summarize all information from minimum limit from nutrition labeling regulation and maximum limit from food supplement number 5 regulation in this table. The gray color mean the amount does not change. For the green color mean the FDA increase amount. It's a good news that FDA increase a lot of ingredient and may quite different from previously, like vitamin C. Previously, FDA allowed use vitamin C only 60 milligram, but now you see FDA allow you maximum limit of vitamin C is 1,000 milligram. Is it a good news for the food supplement business? For the positive list of plants, on 8 July this year, FDA implement the announcements of Food and Drug Administration regarding the recommendation for the use of active ingredient in food supplements. They update the plant list that allow to use in food supplement from 423 to 444 ingredients. They add 21 new ingredients. And they also update the vitamin C limit from 60 milligram to 100 milligram for some food and plants, such as broccoli, acelera cherry, camu rose guava, to be follow notification number 448. And they also update specific requirement for certain ingredients like cordyceps militaris. They add new requirement of cordycepin not more than 0.3 ppm and adenosine must not more than 1.7 ppm. For less yeast light, they also ask the criteria for cytidine should not more than 100 microgram per kilogram. This is the pictures of this notification. Oil is one ingredient that's commonly used in food supplement, but many people often forgot that oil can be used in food supplement. This is the examples of oil that usually used in food supplement: the rapeseed oil, safflower oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, Q oil, argan oil, fish oil. Specifications of oil that used in food supplement must comply with the notification number 421 and 422. 421 is the edible oil and fat. 422 is the fish oil. FDA just on 30 July, FDA just implement new regulation about fats of oil. It's the notification number 451 and 452. In the case where the chemical and physical characteristics or the fatty acid composition do not comply with the regulation due to the specified region, season, cultivations or breeding which do not affect safety, evidence must be submitted to the FDA for its consideration. That is mean if specification you have of your oil different to notification 412 number 422, you can submit the support evidence to the Thai FDA for consider it before use that ingredients. The support evidence is just raw material information of chemical and physical characteristics of oil and fat, fatty acid composition. You may also provide the relevant scientific data to the Thai FDA for considerations. And the last is about health claim. FDA implemented notification number 447 on the same days of the nutrition labeling regulation and update food supplement regulation about maximum limit. The health claim means any declaration of statement, image, mark, symbol, taste mark, or any information related to a relationship between food or a constitute of food and health, both direct and indirect, which can be classified into three types. First, a nutrient function claim. And second, other function claim. Other function claim is specific to beneficial effect of food in the context of biological activity of the body relating to positive contribution of health and the improvement of functioning of the human body or maintaining good health. And third is a claim about reductions of disease risk claim. This is the examples of claim that the Thai FDA accept. The first table is contain 135 claim for 28 nutrients. You can claim this if you have ingredient meet the requirements of content that we talked previously. That if your product is a protein or fiber, you can use if you have protein and fiber 10%, you can use this claim. And if your product is vitamin or mineral, if you have vitamin and mineral 15% of Thai RDI, you can use this claim. This is the second table of this notification. FDA provide the new claim for beta glucan for oat, barley, choline, phytosterol, phytostanol. And this is the last table of claim. They provide a claim for two ingredient is the food with low in sodium, very low in sodium or free of sodium, and food with low in saturated fatty acids or free of saturated fatty acids. And this is all of my presentation. I will move my part. I will forward my microphone to คุณเขียนค่ะ
Hello everyone. Yes, my name is Hiền from Tilleke and Gibbins in Hanoi, Vietnam office. Yes, it's my pleasure to be here today, and I would like to bring a story of nutrition labeling in food products in Vietnam. I will come to the first part about the history. As you may know, in Vietnam, we have the intention to make nutrition labeling as a compulsory requirement since 2017. Firstly, I will come with a resolution number 20, in which the party Central Committee in October 2017 indicate that product and packaged food must have the full information about ingredients and energy. And after that, in December at the same year, the government assigned the military apparel to coordinate with other military and friends to guide and implement the regulation to fulfill the above requirement for packaged food. And in September 2018, in a health program, the Prime Minister would like to develop a regulation on labeling of the packaged food to include the declaration of energy, dose content, and sugar, fat, and micronutrition in food. However, in several years after that, the nutrition labeling in Vietnam can be applicable on the voluntary basis and often follow to the national standard on nutrition labeling. Vietnam also has some legal ground to set up a general framework of the nutrition labeling, like the Decree 43 issued in 2017 and Circular number 5 issued in 2019 to details Decree 45, in which if a specific nutrition value is listed on the label, the value must be the average value obtained from the analysis report of product sample. Yeah. However, for some specific product, Vietnam has a separate regulation applicable for each type of product. For example, for nutritional product for young children, we have the decree number 100 issued in 2014. And for the micronutrition fortified food, we have the decree number 9 issued in 2016. And for the functional food, Vietnam needs to apply the Circular 43 issued in 2014. Yeah. Until 2021, we have the Decree 111 to stipulate clearly that content and method of presenting nutrition ingredient or nutrition value follows the instruction of the Minister of Health. It means that this decree set up a responsibility of the Ministry of Health in drafting the nutrition labeling regulation. And according to that, A draft circular guiding the food nutrition labeling was developed in 2022. Yes, and we will come to the part 2 about the development of the drafting circulation on nutrition labeling. That it is a very interesting story. That firstly, the draft recommend two options to declare nutrition parameter. In option 1 is the subset to declare the seven items, including energy, protein, carbohydrate, total sugar, fat, and saturated fat and sodium. And the reason for the option 1 is based on product regulation, also based on the some of the reality of food consumption in Vietnam's people. For example, some leisure increase due to the nutritional imbalance in Vietnam, and also based on the practice of nutritional labeling in Vietnam. For example, there are 100% of products having the nutrition label in Vietnam indicate clearly about the total energy item. And there are nearly 90% of the product with the nutrition label indicate the fat and protein item. Come to the option 2. In option 2, there are 8 items is recommended to be declared on the label, including energy, protein, carbohydrate, total sugar, fat, saturated fat, sodium, and trans fat. Because this option based on some of the practice in some ASEAN countries like in Indonesia, Philippines, and Singapore, and also based on the danger of the trans fat. Yeah, and come to the next slide. I would like to recommend about the two options regarding the format of nutrition item. So in the item 1, the nutrition item required to be expressed as in both format in per weight and per percentage of dietary reference value, as you can see in the image on the screen. Yes, the first expression is on the milligram per serving per pack per 100 gram or 100 milliliters of food. And the second format is in form of percentage. Yeah. And in the option 2, it is more simpler. It only requires to express the nutrition item in form of per weight. For example, in the milligram per packaging for serving per 100 gram or 100 milliliters of the product, and percentage may be expressed as a voluntary basic. Yes, and after the draft was announced, there are many discussions in the state of getting the public opinion on the draft. For example, the public opinion gives many recommendations. The first recommendation is not should not require to declare several items. It should review, and in this case, it recommends to apply a risk management principle to classify which group need to declare each specific item. For example, for fast food product or fried food, it's very high in saturated fat. You should declare the saturated fat content. Or for soft drink, it often contains a lot of sugar. It needs to declare the total sugar. The recommendation is based on the practice in some other countries, like in Singapore and Malaysia, is only required to indicate per indicator. And in Japan, it is required to indicate 5 indicators, but not 7 indicators in Vietnam. And go to the another recommendation regarding the how to present the nutrition value. Is no need to give the choice to present the nutrition value both per weight and per percentage because it's unnecessary and in according to Codex regulation and in many countries in the world, it's only required to indicate the nutrition value in one way by weight, but not two ways. Yeah. So come to the third recommendation. The public opinion recommend that to have some exemption for nutrition labeling to handmade food and for food with the packaging area below the 25 square centimeters because they raise the reason it's not feasible and apply nutrition labeling for the handmade food or handmade food product. And they also said that under the current regulation, there are some exceptions applied for the food product with labeling under the 10 square centimeters. So they would like to have the similar exemption for the nutrition labeling for the small label product. And also, the public opinion also recommend to remove the nutrition item for total sugar applied for the fried food because they argue that the main risk regarding the fried food is the saturated fat, not total sugar. Yeah. And also regarding the label format, nutrition label format, because the wrap circular with a table of the nutrition item. So it makes the reader interpret that it need to declare the nutrition value in the table format. So it's not correct. Yes. And the last recommendation is the request to increase the transitional period from 1 year to 2 years to help the business or trading entities in Vietnam to adapt to the new regulation. And after many discussions about, so at the end we have a new regulation. It is the Circular 29 issued in 2023 and by the Ministry of Health. Yes, the new nutritional labeling requirement was effective from the 15 February 2022. However, it only had the full enforcement by the last day of December 2025. Yeah, and according to the new circular, the label must display only 5 key nutrition information, including energy, protein, carbohydrate, fat, and sodium. And for some special product like for sugar beverage must include the total sugar content. Yeah. However, the nutrition labeling is not applied to the single ingredient food or natural mineral water or bottled drinking water, some food additives or some beverage like the tea and coffee or health supplement food or some alcoholic beverage or small retail product. Yeah. And now in this slide, as you can see now, it is instruction on presentation of nutritional fact on food labels in Vietnam. Yeah, you can see that in the table here in the appendix 2 together with the new circular. There are a table of nutrition content, the unit for each nutrition content and the dietary reference value. For example, for energy, it should be expressed as kilocalorie. Yes, and for protein, carbohydrate, total sugar, and fat, it should be indicated in the form of gram. Yes, per 100 gram or 100 milliliters of food, or per serving or per pack. And yes, and however for sodium, it should be expressed in the form of milligram. Yeah, and besides of weight indication, it can be the nutrition value can be written in percentage. However, it is voluntary. It's not compulsory. It is required that all the value should be written in number and in the position where they are visible and noticeable, and not specific requirement on the format or formality of the nutrition label in Vietnam. And now, if you can see, there are some the low nutrition content that is not required to declare on the label. For example, if energy is below 4 kilogram, kilocalorie, it's not required to declare it on the label. In fact, the fat is below the 0.5 gram per the 100 gram of product is not required to declare. Yes. It's all of the story. It's end of the story I bring here today. And thank you for listening. And if you have any question, please leave it in the question and answer box. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce my colleague, Ms. Irene from the Indonesia office, and she will share about the Indonesia regulation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hien. So my name is Irene, as introduced previously by Ms. Radapat, and I will be speaking today regarding the regulatory updates on health supplement in Indonesia. And I will share my screen now. So the first slide that I have is the regulatory framework on health supplement registration in Indonesia. These are the regulations that govern health supplement registration. The first one is BPOM regulation number 32 of 2022, and then BPOM regulation number 19 of 2022 regarding the claims for health supplement. And then we have the more recent ones, BPOM regulation number 24 of 2023 regarding the safety and quality requirements of health supplement. And then BPOM regulation number 10 of 2024 on labeling requirements. And BPOM regulation number 15 of 2024, which is an amendment to the BPOM regulation number 32 of 2022. So first, we will talk about the BPOM regulation number 24 of 2023 on the safety and quality requirements for health supplement. This regulation was issued around September of last year, but I would like to discuss it today because this is an important regulation and there are a lot of changes in this regulation compared to the previous one. In this regulation, the definition of business actor is one of the changes that is made. So in the old regulation, business actors are defined as pharmaceutical industry, traditional medicine industry, small traditional medicine businesses, food industry, importers, and or business entities in the field of marketing of health supplements, owners or holders of distribution permits. In the new regulation or the current regulation, business actors are business entities in the form of legal entities or non-legal entities that are established and domiciled within the jurisdiction of the Republic of Indonesia, either alone or jointly carrying out business activities in the field of health supplements. The business actors under the new regulation are defined by their business license codes, or called as KBLI. The reference regulation regarding KBLI or the business license codes is the BPOM regulation number 10 of 20 2021 on standard of business activity and product for risk-based business licensing on food and drug sector. So this BPOM regulation actually provide details of what kind of business license codes that are required for a health supplement registration. So these are the list of the business license codes for an applicant to be qualified as health supplement registration applicant. I will just mention briefly industry, pharmaceutical products for humans, traditional medicines, soft drinks, other beverages, and other food products. Other than industries, they also have large trader of pharmaceutical products, traditional medicines, non-alcoholic beverages other than milk, other food and beverage. Also retailers of traditional medicines for humans and retailers other than stores, shops, street vendors, and other market stalls not included in other categories. So with this new regulation on business license codes, it's very, very specific of what kind of company that you have to be and what kind of business license code you have to have in your business license if you want to be qualified as an applicant. The next change in the new regulation is in the Appendix 1, which lists the health supplement ingredients with potential of contamination and may cause health risk. So for products in oral liquid form containing sorbitol solution, sorbitan solution, sorbitol solution without crystals, propylene glycol, maltitol solution, polyethylene glycol, or glycerin. The potential contaminant is ethylene glycol and diethylene glycol. And also for imported products, it's a new requirement that you have to test for psychotropic and narcotic testing, that it has to be conducted for one type of each of the group of psychotropic and narcotic from each group. This regulation also provides a list of active ingredients that are in the form of Simplicia. This list was not provided in the previous regulation. So now BPOM provides the specific list of Simplicia that you can use as active ingredients for health supplement. In this regulation also, there are two new types of oral preparation added. The first one is film sheet, which is a solid preparation of health supplement in the form of a thin sheet that is used orally and will dissolve quickly. The second new type of oral preparation is an oral gel, which is a semi-solid health supplement preparation containing one or more active ingredients dissolved or dispersed in the gel-based material and intended for oral use. The maximum limit of additives used in supplement have also been changed for some of the additives. Here I provide the table of comparison between the old regulation, which is the BPOM regulation number 17 of 2019, which has been revoked by this regulation. So this is the list of additives that has undergone changes of the maximum limit. Next is the regulation number 10 of 2024 for labeling on natural medicine, quasi-drug, and health supplement. The background for this regulation to be issued is that there were no regulations previously that specifically governed labeling requirements for natural medicine, quasi-drugs, and health supplement. The regulation is effective as of June 7 of this year. And the grace period is 2 years from the effective date of the regulation to comply with this new regulation. So we'll go over the labeling requirements that are outlined in the regulation. Labeling is a complete information regarding safety, efficacy, benefits, and how to use, as well as other information related to the product that is listed on the label and or brochure included in the packaging of natural medicine, quasi-drug, and health supplement. Labeling can be in the form of images, writing, a combination of both, or other forms in accordance with innovation and developments in science and technology in the field of marking. Labeling for imported natural medicine, quasi-medicine, and/or health supplement products must be included at the time of product entrance into the Indonesian territory. So this is actually one of the questions that we get quite often. They ask whether the product has to be labeled for the Indonesian market at the time of entrance. Then the answer is yes, because it is specifically stipulated in the regulation. Labeling must be printed directly or attached closely on container and/or packaging, not easily detached, and not damaged by water, friction, or influenced by sun. The labeling must be objective, complete, and not misleading. These are the minimum requirements of a product label. For health supplement, product name, preparation form, name and address of business actor. If the product is using a contract manufacturer, you have to state the contract manufacturer, net weight or volume, composition, including additive, registration number, production code, expiration date, 2D barcode from BPOM, storage instructions, the text that states health supplement in Indonesian language, efficacy or benefit claim, if any, contraindication, side effects, warnings, and instructions for use. This new regulation may require specific instructions for certain products. In some cases, instructions that were previously voluntary based on manufacturer's recommendation now becomes mandatory with specific wording. For example, for a product containing caffeine, it must state not allowed for use in children, pregnant, or breastfeeding women. Previously, such warning, according to manufacturer's recommendation, may be stated as not recommended to be consumed by children, pregnant or breastfeeding women. So you'll see the difference. One is not recommended, and now it becomes not allowed. Very different context. So it is crucial to conduct a label review, including a claim review, prior to initiating the health supplement registration with BPOM. Other information that can be added on the labels: halal logo, alcohol content, origin of specific ingredient, nutrient content, statement clinically tested, and consumer information. The language requirement, it's required to be written and printed in Indonesian language, Arabic numerals, and Latin letters. Except for the product name, which can be written using a language other than Indonesian, information must be printed using Arabic numerals and Latin letters. For information in a language other than Indonesian, Arabic numerals, and Latin letters, the inclusion of information must be accompanied by an equivalent word in Indonesian, obtained from a sworn translator in Indonesia. And then there's also provisions regarding labeling for small area. In the case that the area is considered small for the primary packaging, you'll have the minimum requirement of this labeling information: product name, name and address of the business actor, at least the name of the city and country for the address, the BPOM registration number, production code, and expiration date. Other information must be included on the hanging label, brochure, display panel, or shrink wrap, or other marking media included with the product. In the case where the area of the label is less than 10 centimeters square for the primary packaging, the inclusion of the name and address of the business actor can be included on the secondary packaging. So these are the required information on the label: the name of the product, form of preparation, name and address of the industry, business actor, contract giver or recipient, licensor, licensee, depending on the type of product of that health supplement. Name of importer, imported by or similar wording, name of the contract giver or receiver, name of licensor or licensee. Net weight or volume and amount, efficacy or benefit claims, instructions for use, contraindications, side effects, and warnings. These must be approved by BPOM. And the composition, active ingredients, and food additives. Also, the BPOM registration number in this specific format POM with the 2 letters of the code of the health supplement product, which is for imported health supplement will be SI. For a domestic product is SD. And then there's a 9 digits of the registration number, production code, and expiration date. Prohibitions and corrective measures. It is prohibited to include the following information on a health supplement label. Statement of free of ingredient, but the product contains that ingredient. Picture or information related to healthcare professional, religious public profile, or government officer. Information related to ethnicity, religion, race, and intergroup relations. Information on lottery, door prize, or gifts. Visualization or other information that is excessive or misleading. Corrective measures in the event that the label does not comply with the approved label during registration can be 2 things: a corrective action using a sticker or reprint the product package in accordance with the approved label during the registration. And the last regulation that we will discuss is the amendment to BPOM regulation number 32 of 2022, just some couple of changes. The limit of use of selenium is now becomes 65 micrograms per day. This is only for pregnant and breastfeeding women. Also, the use of zinc has been changed. The wording now it's just as for use in combination form, and previously the wording is for use in combination form and not as a single composition. And that would conclude my presentation for today. Thank you very much. See if we have any more questions to answer. I think we don't have any more questions. So I think that's it. Thank you all for attending this webinar. If you have any follow-up questions, you can send us an email to any of us. You know, whichever country or jurisdiction that would be your interest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.